I am 28, married with no kids. I have my own suburban clothing shop. Not long ago, I was on a flight to Thailand. I go there to purchase t-shirts and tops for my store in bulk from various suppliers. My husband will keep in touch with the staff at the store to make sure all is well when I am gone. I usually spend 4-6 days there, always looking for good clothing at an economical price. I had been served by an attendant a few times for drinks, etc., as they do by a lovely brunette lady. Her name is Sarah, 27, and she was friendly with a big smile. The interaction was simply general and no more to it. Once the lights turned off and people settled in, she came to me and stood next to me in the aisle and began to chat. I was quite surprised, as I wasn't sure if something was up. We began to chat about the flight, her job, and traveling in general. After some time, I realized he was moving about, as the standing was obviously annoying her. I stood up to chat with her out of decency when she asked if I wanted to sit in the last row, which was empty. I went and sat with her, and I still thought she was just a very friendly lady, and we were getting on so well. We spoke of our families and life in general. We soon realized our hotels were not that too far apart. We also had some girl chat about our past single lives, which was funny, and that's when she mentioned some old GFs. I haven't been with a girl since my teen days when, as we do at that explorative age, fool around with each other but nothing more. As she mentioned it, I soon had a shot of excitement, an aura of erotica tingle through my body. I wanted to know more, so I dropped subtle hints in which he picked up and spoke more, and we giggled like teenage girls down the back. After 2 hours, her friend came looking for her to relieve her of duty. They have sleeping quarters up top. As we landed in the early evening, she asked me if I wanted to catch up for dinner and a cold drink. I told her I'd love to, and she knew where I was staying. She left, and I returned to my seat to watch a movie, and I dozed off and slept a couple of hours. With the lights back on and our late nights drinks/meals being served, she briefly spoke to me as she was so busy. When getting off the plane, she made her way to me and said, "I'll see you later at your hotel." Even to this point, I still did not truly read anything into it. I just thought we would have a snack, a few drinks, and some laughs as we had gotten on so well. Once at the hotel, I showered and changed into something lighter as it's so hot there. I wore a denim mini with a t-shirt. A short time later, the front desk called advising Sarah was downstairs. Up to then, I seriously did not think she would actually come. As soon as I walked out the lift, I was stunned to see this amazingly gorgeous brunette waiting. She caught my breath at first. She was in body-hugging skimpy shorts and a singlet. Her hair was down, and I simply thrown by my sudden emotions of seeing her. I struggled to take my eyes off her amazing legs and great-looking breasts. Later on, Sarah said she must have caught me 100 times just adoring her body. She clearly did not have a bra on, which led to the constant stare at her breasts. LOL. We went out and ate, had some drinks, and laughed so much. I noticed there was more and more touching between us, and I didn't do anything to stop it. For me, it was such an overwhelming experience to be touched by this amazingly hot woman. We moved closer to each other around a bench seat against the wall. Sarah would place her hand on my leg for short periods of time as we chatted, and I had such seductive thoughts ramming through my head, feeling I couldn't explain, but I wanted her body close to mine, and I adored her every touch. She would softly rub my leg, sending erotic shivers through me. I still couldn't convince myself this may lead to something more. Was she just a very friendly gal? Both of us being married, etc. Sarah said she wanted to leave, would walk me to my hotel. We chatted and laughed so much it was so exhilarating being with her. Once there, Sarah said, "I'll come up with you for a quick drink." I was ever so hoping she was going to touch me, all so much so quickly I was seduced in our own little bubble. We got into my room and I poured us a cold drink. After some chit-chat, Sarah grabbed my hand and placed me on the end of the bed. She stood in front of me and we kissed. I was so aroused by her kiss, a soft, sensual kiss. I seemed to have blocked everything in the world out of me. She took off her top and exposed the most beautiful breasts I had seen. I really hadn't seen many. LOL. My hands instantly began to caress her boobs and hardened nipples. I giggled so much telling her how beautiful she was, but how I really hadn't been with a girl since teen days. Sarah lifted me up and slowly undressed me. It was the most sensual and erotic experience I had encountered, being undressed sexually and sensually by another woman. We spent an amazing night together. I was completely lost in heaven. I endured orgasms that seemed to have continued and utterly shook my body. I was quivering so much at times. Poor Sarah, it must have been an eternity for her having me explore and caress every inch of her body. I remember her amazing scent the first time I went to her, such warm juices, and I devoured her to the point she had to gently push me away. Over the course of our fun countless times, I went back down for a quick taste. LOL. Over the next 2 days that Sarah was on her layover, we spent every minute together running around and shopping, doing some touristy things, and yes, lots of sex. LOL. The day that Sarah was due to fly back home, we discussed many matters, including our husbands and her friends at the hotel, not missing her being away with me. Sarah advised me of the old adage in the airline industry: you're only married when you're home. Sarah stated so many husbands and wives back home truly believe their partner is faithful when away, but in essence, everyone plays up so no one really notices, cares, or says anything when they bring a friend back to the hotel. I didn't really care, as I had the time of my life with Sarah, and that's all I wanted to think about. We exchanged numbers, and she showed me her secondary FB page. It seems most airline staff run second secret FB pages to keep in touch with their friends overseas. I got on with my business over the next 2 odd days and came back home. Sarah and I have kept in touch regularly and have chatted when she is home, although she lives in the next state. I once told my husband I was going away on a girls' weekend to her city, but I was spending the weekend with her. She had told her hubby she was away with work. We spent it at a hotel in a small rural region outside of the city. Not too long ago, my husband was away to see his brother, and Sarah came and stayed with me for the weekend at a hotel in town. So where will this take us? I don't know, but I am loving every minute being with her. The next story you will hear will be about how one man is dealing with his wife's changing personality and strange behavior. Find out how he copes with the difficulties of maintaining a broken marriage and what to do if you find yourself in a similar situation. The wife and I have been happily married for 29 years. Well, I thought anyway. Over the last 5 years, about the time my girls grew up and moved out, my wife's personality had changed. She's always kept herself fit and trim, very pretty, sexy, and classy. With all of my heart, I loved this woman. My curiosity rose when she went to AC with her female friend for the night. Her friend is an avid card player. My wife does not gamble, so I was curious, but to keep her friend company, I was told she would join her. I tried to call at midnight to say goodnight as I was going to sleep at home. No answer. I tried again at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and finally at 6 a.m. I get a text that she's tired and now going to bed. I called her friend, who informed me that my wife was in fact not by her side and she was absent till early 6 a.m. this morning. Where would she go by herself for 6 hours and not be able to answer her cell? She returned and was upset with me for calling her and her friend. I just blew it off. At a holiday party, I was with some buddies, and looking across the room, I see my wife shaking her breasts for a man. He was enjoying, and I could hear him tell her how hot and sexy she is. He's 10 years younger. I walk over. He gets up almost panicked. I just told him to stay put because it looks as though he's doing better with her than I am. She gets mad and leaves the party. I followed. Another time in a bar, she is a little tipsy and sees a guy she knew had a crush on her. She walks over very provocatively and gives him a huge hug. I'm right there. Really? More recently, she starts texting a buddy of mine who is a known cheater. He split from his wife due to him, her and 2 friends swinging, and ended badly. She starts telling him how she wants to lose weight. He called her beautiful and not beat herself up, then asked her to join him at his gym. She either didn't reply or deleted it. As we were talking about him one day, by the way, she has no idea I saw her conversation with him, she tells me, "You know, honey, if our relationship wasn't as strong as it is, I could see myself." Then she caught herself and completely changed the subject. Another time she was flirting with another male friend of mine and wanted to grate his beard. Kind of intimate thing to do. She and another friend wanted to start jogging together. I see them flirt a lot, and I'm uneasy with this. A male coworker liked her new car, so she gave him a ride. 2 hours later, they came back, and in different clothes, they changed clothing. I give her plenty of attention, but she often mocks me, and is very vulgar about it, her apology. "I'm sorry you took it that way." She told me in front of the jogger that I should get on my knees for him ... in front of him, his wife, and a few other friends. Our kids are out, our house and everything is paid off, and we have a good savings. I really don't need this anymore. I'm thinking that I'd be better off from a broken marriage than in one. Please give me a few tips. She's pushed me so far, I don't know if I want the old Josie back. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Also put a bell so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.